Hello, you all. It's another mental health talk video. Um, I hope that's not too annoying. I'm sure it could be. Uh, it's a content warning as usual. I don't think we're gonna go as over as many depressing things, but I realize that I don't actually have to worry about making these things public anymore. Because I forgot that you can just set a video to be 18 plus. That would be great. That's a good thing. Anyway, I mean, obviously that doesn't like that lets through a lot of people, but on paper, they are of legal age, and that's what matters. Because you got to make sure shit like this doesn't reach kids, because that's a good way to fuck over a world view very early, a little earlier than you'd really want. Today we're playing as Affluent Dung Beetle. I thought it'd be a funny username. I see a few good players on, so I'm expecting definitely a bit more of me getting absolutely fucking ground pounded this game. Uh, but yeah, I have some shit to talk about. I was going over releasing those videos, and I have. One of them was released very early in January, one near the end, and so I've made them public today. Uh, and so it might be confusing. I have to make sure I say that. um, but yeah, this will be another mental health talk. And so again, if you don't feel like you want to handle that right now, I perfectly understand leaving. And if you for some reason just wanted to see the gameplay, feel entirely alright to mute it and just not listen to me at all. Because I don't assume I'm going to be doing shit like this much, where I'm like, hey guys, dual red helicopter here. Anyway, I just felt the need to say this, because, as always, these things are fairly worrying to hear. Uh, and I want to say that I'm thankful for all the people who have reached out to me, but again, I should say, um, I've always, for the last few years, I've been struggling with some shit, but a lot of that struggle is, it's over. What's left is what's gonna be, I guess, years and years more of depression. But I can mostly handle it nowadays, unless I get too stressed. I can handle it. I think I can. Even if I handle it in my own fucked up ways, that guy looks like a good player. Um, you know, I I I tend to try to lean towards the healthier side of things nowadays. Um, just recently, because I have a payment plan set up for my college. It's online college, so it's pretty hard to focus on anything. But that's just generally, I can't focus on shit for anything. I By the way, apologize if I go over topics multiple times throughout these. I hope it's not too annoying. That looks like a good player. Hello? Okay. Anyway, I want to say that I, I've been going through this, and recently I've had to throw my head at the wall, very much so. This is me taking a break from that because I was fucking yawning. Trying to study, trying to get things done, because I'm thankful and I'm, how do you call it? Lucky enough to be getting grade money from my father, who I don't even live with. Uh, and that pays as long as I do my classes. That pays for a bit. $100 a credit hour is, I wish I had a job, but whilst I don't, it's what's keeping me afloat. And so I'm currently studying because I've hashed out a deal that like halfway through Network Plus, when I'm done studying, I get half of the payment, and whenever I finish the test, I get the other half. Um, this will be great, genuinely, because when I get my Network Plus and I start getting over this wall, because it's a massive wall in my degree. When I get over it, this is like, Network Plus is worth a shit ton to employers. At least I assume so. And then after that, we have our Security Plus, we have our Pen Test Plus, we have a lot. Um, but I've been throwing my head at the wall at it, more so now, and I'm happy with that. By the way, if I play like shit, I apologize. We'll see. Um, we'll go with a more relaxed drop of a long wall. I think one of the big things I wanted to talk about here was something that I failed to get off my chest. Uh, I have a pretty large family, and this is going to be a hard drop. So apologies for the delay to my speaking. Delay? What are you gonna say? Relax? Like relax instead of relax? Weirdo. I would never do that. That doesn't sound like me at all. Let's see. I'm expecting it to die. I'm not playing well, and I can feel it. I'm very shaky, I'm very cold, it's late. Every other excuse I can think of, you can imagine them. There's a lot of excuses. I thought that was a common jump. That means the sawed-off will stay unloaded. Yeah, okay, you're staring at me. He's over there. Do you have any teammates? You look new. If you're wondering, I did just whip. Well, that's a... Did he throw a dynamite? The way he moved made it look like he threw a grenade. But yeah, I have a pretty large family. Not as large as my mother did, but I have a large enough one. Turns out that Oh Wern guy was a golden name. Holy whiff. Yeah, we didn't play that well. Welcome back, ZZRE. We played that horribly. Did y'all see how many shots we whiffed? What a shame. What a damn shame. All of that just to miss all of my shots. Okay. Well, I guess today we're not going to be using an AKS. We're likely not going to be using a FAMAS, because I'm very clearly not practiced with using it up close. Am I going to die in second? Possibly. But yeah, my heart's going at 1,000,000 miles a second. You see what I mean? It's hard to focus. It's hard to focus. I'm tired. Somehow, even though I just woke up. My sleep schedule has been fucking horrible. But, yeah, I have a large family, and I have 2 brothers, I have a sister, other identifying details about myself. And I'm on good terms with all of them. I talk with them often, as long as... Well, not as often anymore, sadly. But I've always tried talking with my sister, and for the longest time, I feel like I learned my lesson. Because of the experience she's gone through in life, she's a very... hears it, takes it to the, like, highest extreme that it can go to sort of person. And so if I tell her that... if I tell her that I'm depressed, she might think that I'm tomorrow going to kill myself. And, that's not... not quite. Not really the plan. Shockingly. And I understand. It's a thing of experiences. It's the things of what you've gone through in life that might lead someone to have that sort of mindset. But I say this because I realize I just can't, like, get one-on-one with her. Because it's always going to be, like, if I argue with her about something, like, I was talking about her about politics. And it's important to remember that she's less arguing with me and more arguing with what she's heard other people say that might be close to what I say. And so I was talking about politics, and I say, and I know this is going to be an upsetting thing to hear, I say that I am an American. I believe that I am an American. I do not give a shit that I am a Mexican at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I am an American. I was born here. The color of my skin does not matter towards that. If only I could hit shots like that on people who actually presented a threat. But that's not to say I've thrown away my heritage. My heritage is a lot to me. But she hears that, and she thinks that I think... She hears what the Republicans that live around us think. Where it's about, oh, well, this person ain't an American, they're not even a citizen. And this citizen ain't an American because they don't support... Their countries are full of communists and shit like that. Just a bunch of other made-up shit that people just kind of say so that they can hate one another. And it's like, no. I don't believe that America is a nation of settlers. I don't believe that America is a nation of... it's a nation of immigrants through and through. But this is to say, you know, I've always... More and more, I've been realizing that what I believe to be America. What is the nation? What's the spirit of this nation? It's clearly changed over time. It's changed a lot over time. Back then, America used to be a nation of settlers. It used to be a nation of white men forwarding power towards their in-group of other white men. Is that you, ZZRE? Ugh. I'm amazed that blinded me. Why am I wasting a grenade on this? By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not happy with this fight in general, it's because I'm fighting a bunch of people who are as poor as I am, or even poorer than I am, and so I don't get anything out of this fight. And so while, you know, 235 is grinding up a fuck ton of money, I don't get anything for this. Am I being... Someone is good enough to mid-air me. Oh, that's who mid-aired me. It's 235. Is he on a team with Kristoff? Anyway, if you're wondering, that's why we grab a sawed-off. It's so that whenever we get mid-aired like that, we don't instantly die. But it happens. It happens. Again, that's part of why I didn't want to be fighting that group that I was. It's because... You know, whenever you fight a group as poor as that, I'm not getting anything. I need my sawed-off because I'm fighting a bunch of tryhards who will do that to me. And then there's nothing against that. I do that as well. But if I have a sawed-off, I statistically will die less to it. But yeah, I can't talk to her about X, Y, or Z because, well, it's misconstrued. You know, for that, as I was saying, I believe America is a nation of... at the end of the day, we're a nation of protesters. Our values are not what they were whenever we were first settled here, and the people who settled here had settled here. We don't have the same values as those people, but the one core tenet that the entire Constitution sets up is the ability to protest freely from the government, and to protest against, you know, we have an ability to make amendments, and then to amend amendments. That is to say, you know, Americans decided a fucking long time ago they don't want to drink alcohol, or well, their wives decided that they don't want to drink alcohol. That's the prohibition, if you're wondering. And that movement got a lot of power behind it, so much that it became an amendment. And then over time, people realized that, wait, I should be able to drink alcohol. Am I gonna die to a water gun? Okay. I need your fucking water. Oh, come on. You don't have to shoot me. We're so close. Where the fuck are you? You're fucking done for. Can you tell I'm playing like shit? But yeah, the one thing the Constitution sets up is our ability to protest and our ability to fight against things that are no longer relevant or no longer needed. And so, you know, she hears that I think that, you know, America is a nation of Americans. But she hears that America is a nation of white people when I say that. That's not what I mean. I believe in an American is the person who lives down the street from you, the guy who lives on the corner, the guy you drive past who you flip off, the person who makes their amazing Pakistani dishes, their beautiful Mexican dishes, or their entirely flavorless fucking Netherlandish dishes. A nation, or an American, is literally everyone in my mind who lives here. People who are on their way to getting their citizenship. people who have had it for a long time, people whose Native Americans, literally everyone. I believe that that is our culture. Our culture is that we are a skinwalker culture. But it's hard to convey that sort of thing because by the time I'd try to get that far in conveying it, she's already heard that I'm probably a fascist and that this is likely a remnant of back when I was conservative. And I'll admit, I believed a lot of the same shit when I was conservative. But I hate to run away. I hate to run away. Okay, you're gonna follow me? I understand. Okay. If you're wondering, that's why we lead with a mid-air grenade. It's so that whenever he lands behind me, he can immediately implode me on the ground and I die. But if he doesn't do that, this is what happens when you land on someone. And now I have his vampire. Time to go throw. Okay. If you're wondering, no, I'm not exactly fighting this one. You know, it's not illegal to not be in a quantum state while you're fighting me. Anyway, if, I should say, I find being Barrett checked very annoying, because every time he shoots, there's just a chance I die. I can't say it's the most fun thing, because all those shots, I mean, he has horrible ping as well. And so all of these shots are just a threat to instantly kill me, and I can't say I enjoy it. And so he keeps grenade spamming me, and it's not the most fun thing I've ever experienced. Not the most fun thing, and he immediately quits the game too. What a guy. Yeah, that was annoying as a fight. Very annoying. But yeah, I kind of have my words misconstrued against me, and I have my argument planned for me, even though I'm still arguing my own argument. I'm actually arguing something else. And I tend to find that, personally, it seems to me that she lives in a bit more of a fantasy environment in terms of politics. I would say, personally, I lean towards progressive, and I would say she leans more towards a sort of socialist communism, where it's, you know, this ideal world, and, you know, we should work against doing X, Y, and Z, and that people will definitely just follow that, and they'll definitely want to follow that. And it's like, you know, I'd love to live in a world where corporations just aren't greedy. Just somehow we kill all those people, or X, Y, and Z. Maybe they're all educated and there's no longer greed in the world. And that's me misconstruing her for reference. This is my understanding of what she believes. And so I've slapped a label on it. Be mindful of that while I argue against this straw man. But it's the sort of fantastical belief that it's like, you know, that doesn't actually pan out. Like, that's not actually going to go how you think that is. You know, for reference, she dislikes the second. Like, I've heard some, like, really good arguments from her. If you're wondering, yes, that's me clicking my mouse. If you're also wondering, no, I don't actually hit those shots typically. Oh, it's EXE Jack! Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of the M14. It's a very overpowered weapon and not really fun to fight. But I do not believe that I had a more fun choice. I was not grabbing a FAMAS, and honestly, I need to grab a Thompson, because my VSS aim is also entirely lacking. I think I'll take VSS over UMP. But yeah, it's this, like, you know, I'd love to... Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. she was giving me like the reason for like why we don't need a Second Amendment. And for a westernized country, it is pretty weird to have the right to bear arms. That said, I do still support that right. And so I was arguing for it. And she had said that it's actually not that hard to get rid of as an amendment. You can't, like, you don't have to take people's guns. It's as simple as stopping these businesses from selling ammunition. Stopping them from producing ammunition. And I was wondering, like, wait, that's a really fucking good idea if you wanted to do that. I don't, but because the ammunition will go bad. It will stop working after a while. And so you don't have to, like, get rid of people's guns. You can just... If you're wondering, that's more like my standard aim. That's a fluke. But yeah, that would work. That would actually work. Because that ammunition will stop working after a while, and if they don't have anything to replace it with, they can't. That said, the thing is that the part of the reason why I support that Second Amendment so much is because it is the right of you to form a militia against a tyrannical government inside or outside of, or an American or anti-American tyrannical government. But that's kind of a fantasy story, because that's like not actually happening. If the government comes to your door tomorrow, you're not making your last stand, like fucking, like Custer. Oh, is that Banana Guard? Toxic Sniper 116. Ow, 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 ow. Holy fucking shit, I'm sure heal block saved my ass that fight. Holy fucking shit, do I need to get rid of the VSS? I love the VSS. Today is not my day. I guess today's not my day to use a Thompson either. Holy shit, were they rich. Wow. They were fucking stacked. They were actually fucking stacked. But yeah, you know, I don't... I think generally, I like... Would free healthcare currently work in America? Probably not. The thing is that as things are, if you were to just start paying for everyone's healthcare, companies are greedy fucks, and so we're paying 10 times the amount of any other country, according, like, for insulin. That's according to Bernie Sanders. I'm assuming that the amount is, like, probably different for, like, all drugs. Because we don't really argue much with those companies whenever they ask to, you know, start charging us $1 million to do X, Y, or Z. And it leads to those horrendously high prices. And by the way, if you're wondering, yes, he heal blocked an ungodly amount in that first bout. I should expect it. People with higher pings will heal block way fucking more. And if you're wondering what heal block is, whenever you heal, you are not telling the game, I'm healing this much. You're telling the game, this is the percentage my HP should be at. Whenever someone shoots you, they are not saying, I'm doing this amount of damage to you. They are saying, this is what damage, or this is what their HP should be at. And so this means that If I was to do 40 damage, I say your health is at 60% right now. If they then say, because they had ping, delay, they say that I have regen proc, my health should be 102, so we'll round that down to 100. Do I play like a bitch? I'm sorry, I'm gonna play like a bitch. Anyway, if their packet that says I'm healing this much takes place after I do my damage, the game will just say, you know what? They might have done that damage to you, but your health is back at 102. That's what you said your health should be at, right? If you're wondering, yes, it's very dangerous to get close to someone like that. My idea is that by getting close, I make it a little more awkward for them to shoot, but because he has Chinese ping, he's not where I think he is, so he can still very much so shoot me. That's just a thing. But yeah, I just don't like, I know, political discussion moment. But yeah, you know, I've been very frustrated with things. I have a few siblings who I can talk to, but as in, like, talk to you about, like, my day-to-day things. If I want to talk to someone about something serious, the hard rule is just not her, okay? You know, I remember back whenever I was experiencing some really bad depression. Really, like, hard shit. I was telling her about how, you know, how I felt horrible, like, every day, in and out. And so instead of taking my confidential information, things that is like, this isn't actually meant to go to anyone else, she says not only should you go to mom and tell her about all of this, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go do it for you. And it's like, no, that's not what I want. That's not even close to what I'm looking for. If I wanted to tell her, I'd tell her myself. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is going to be a very awkward game mode because of everyone having Chinese ping. And me having American ping. That's to say that the damage the explosion does, this is entirely whatever they say the damage should be. So that should have killed him, but since his game likely didn't say he was right where he was for me, it didn't. Fuck you. Whatever. This ain't fucking... I'm just wasting my ammo. But yeah, this is gonna be an awkward game mode. Very awkward game mode. And I'm expecting to lose this. But yeah, I've been... I don't know. It's a weird thing to get over, and I have to keep refreshing it by finding out that, you know, I can't talk about that, or I shouldn't talk about that. I don't know. It's been very, very odd. I think last time I went over how, you know, as someone who's going through depression for probably about 5 years, I don't know how fucking long, it's been a while, this has become a very personal experience to me. You know, there was a time where I believed myself to be multiple different personalities inside of one. Was I actually? No. Did I actually have multiple personality disorder? Probably not. But the emotions, they were so strong and they were so fucking loud. And so incredibly varied. That's so loud. Is that Cokie Cohen? That might kill me. That is Koki Cohen, I thought so. Yep. Oh, Korzer! He's playing with Koki. But yes, that's how you would die in that game mode. I think each grenade does a lot of damage, but, it requires you to be standing on top of it. And standing on top of it is client side, and so it's a very weird thing. That's why I'm trying to lead the shot so much, because I don't know where he's going to be on his screen. Yeah. Anyway. What was I talking about? I don't fucking remember. I don't fucking remember. I'm sure it'll come to me at some point. It's been very awkward. I've been trying to... What the fuck was I talking about? I don't fucking remember. I remember it being an important... Oh, wait, hold up. Give me a moment. I might be able to remember it. Might is a big word on this one. Doing a lot of heavy lifting. Why am I fighting you? I just don't have ammo for this. I just don't have ammo. I have even less ammo now. Koki, I have no way to kill you. Like, I'm sure Korzer's on his way, but I just straight up do not have the, Like, I'm ready to die here. This is gonna happen. Please have ammo? He had so much! Holy, thank God for you! Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I changed my username, it's because I'm, on these days, I'm kind of embarrassed to, you know, if I play like shit, I'm very much embarrassed. What a loud game. I have a fucking headache now. Okay. Anyway. By the way, one of those mid-air grenades, if they actually hit well, could just kill me. Like, I could just die in the middle of the fucking air. By the way, if you're wondering, I dislike this game mode for this specific reason. Look at that. That could just kill me. By the way, if they figure out where I'm landing, I just die. By the way, yes, that is me almost killing myself. By the way, they should probably let, like, fucking whatchamacallit spawn, like, blessings. Because I have a respawn blessing, and, like, that, it's horrendously over. By the way, I have a horrible... How many fucking... Holy duper. My god. Oh, he probably didn't dupe, actually. No, because, like, half of the drops are fucking medkits. He probably didn't dupe. That's probably not something that happened. I don't know. I've been very frustrated with politics recently. I think someday I would probably enjoy to be a politician, but... You know, I was talking with her. And... someone clicked the game on top of that tree right there. And she talks about moving to another country or, like, moving to another state. Listen, we don't live in, like, an actual democracy. My vote, if I move to some place like Mississippi, or I don't know if Mississippi is... I think I'm mixing up Mississippi with Massachusetts. If I move to Massachusetts, I am just... Like, my vote is... If my vote goes towards being a Democrat, it did not fucking matter. If my vote goes towards being a Republican, it did not fucking matter. And here in Oklahoma, there is a closer margin where I might actually, and I also already live here. If I start moving out of state to go vote, what am I? You know, I think whenever I grow up, I might be moving down to Texas, because Texas is where the jobs are, and Texas is where the education is. My neck itches. By the way, yes, that grenade would have killed me. By the way, yes, that is ideal range for an MGL whenever they no longer have time to move around my grenades. It means that my shit goes off midair, and it's, you know, it's like whenever you throw an actual grenade at someone, if you throw it and you're too close, they can just pick it up. But if you arc it a bit, they can no longer do that, and that's what makes it, you know, very worthwhile to arc your grenades a bit, or to throw them from further away, because you want them to go off when they're landing, essentially. You know, except unless it's a dynamite or something like that. Unless you can hit that. Anyway. But yeah, very awkward game mode because of the whole, you know, how do you call it? Ping thing. You know, ping is, anyway. I've been finding politics very frustrating. You know, I used to be, as I've said many times, I used to be a Republican. And back then, I did believe a lot of the same values, except that was like pre-depression, so I was definitely a much less compassionate person. I was a bully back then. And so it led to me believing in some stupid bullshit. And so, you know, I wonder, why exactly did I stop being a Republican? It's because I trusted the words of my brother. And my brother was telling me, I trusted him more than anyone else. He was telling me about corruption in our system. I was like, you know, from one day, I went from being a Republican to being what I would consider a socialist. And it was because he was telling me, you know, these tax systems, they just don't fucking work. And everyone in the system, they're so fucking corrupt, you just can't get anything done. You know, I forget what year it was, but Tesla, all companies are required to pay 21% of their income as tax. 21%. How many billions does the U.S. pull in from income tax or from corporate tax? I think the figure was 400 billion a year, and that might seem like a lot, but there's a lot of money moving around the stock market. There's a lot of fucking money. And that's 21%, down from 35% in the Obama administration. Apparently, a few decades ago, it was even 49%. But I don't remember ever hearing about our entire economy crumbling. Anyway, I was trying to figure out how much did Tesla pay. It came out to around 0.5%. Because, according to my accountant of a sister, she was telling me that as long as a company can argue, like, legally argue that, no, well, I mean, like, I thought we were supposed to pay that much, so, like, sorry about that. It is all right for them to pay that much, and so they don't pay that much. Or they, they pay their taxes to someplace like Luxembourg, or some shit like that. And so you'll hear all these Republicans, they talk about removing, housing taxes. Well, okay. I guess that'll help everyone who owns a house, especially if you own a really big house, that'll matter. And then we can spike up sales tax. Well, who does sales tax affect? Well, it affects everyone. Everyone who buys groceries is affected, but disproportionately. If you're, like, insanely fucking rich, you might be buying some really good steaks for yourself or your family, but, like, that sales tax isn't going to be as pressing as what it would be for a person who's barely making it check to check. And so suddenly, instead of paying 8% or 8.25%, they pay 15% or some shit like that. And that's what fucking matters. And it's also horribly fucking corrupt, and it's also horribly fucking disgusting. And I could never be a Republican again. I keep talking about this. Destiny and Ben Shapiro had a debate. Really, two great people arguing. Really great people. Don't look up what Destiny did. And although I vehemently disagree with Ben Shapiro... Okay, I was gonna type out some shit. Even though I vehemently disagree with him as a person, like, I can hear his arguments, and he's talking about how he views taxes as stealing. Destiny asks him, hey, don't you believe that if the government is giving out such big tax cuts, that's like irresponsible spending when it doesn't have money to give? Ben Shapiro says, no. That's not irresponsible spending. That's them giving back what they stole from me. That's what I should have in the first place. And to be clear, great argument. I couldn't disagree more. I believe taxes are necessary. I believe that they are fucking required. They're required to have a society run, and rich people should be paying way more in taxes because they have a lot more to give. A lot of people say that there shouldn't be any billionaires in this world. Yeah, there fucking shouldn't be. I agree. Do you need $1 billion? What do you do with that extra money? Do you just buy another yacht? Do you just have another generation of your kids never have to work a day in their life? Fuck you. Disgusting. It's disgusting. All people should have to work a day in their life. But these people say, oh, well, I want to support my kids. It's one thing to support your kids, the other thing to pamper them. Who likes a fucking silver spoon? I don't think I do. I don't think anyone else does. Anyway. He was talking about how, this is the government stealing from him. And so, yeah, it's fine that they're giving that money back. It shouldn't have been theirs in the first place. And although, as I said, I vehemently disagree with that. That was me throwing my mouse, by the way. I see where he's coming from. It's a well-reasoned debate. And what he's saying is making sense. I just, on a personal level, disagree with it. Why can't more debates be like that? Why can't it be like, oh, well, okay, I see. It's just your outlook on life, and, okay, we agree to disagree. I have respect for that. It's just people who are misled. I don't get the people who are saying, like, there's a lot of fucking idiots, and I assume it comes down to poor education, bad education, all that shit. It's just, like, annoying as fuck whenever no one has... By the way, am I friended to VR Benjamin? I thought I was. No, I added him and he never added me back. But yeah, it's an annoying thing. It's very, very annoying. You know, I know these entire videos are just me trauma dumping for like an hour at you. I know trauma dumping isn't right, but I don't know. I never found much help in talking to a therapist, and it's a lot more cathartic to just talk to someone about X, Y, and Z. By the way, this is a horrible drop. It's even a worse drop now. It's the worst drop you could possibly have in Factory now. I'm just dead. Yup. Yeah, I'm just fucking dead. Please don't have eyes. They had eyes. Yeah. Yeah, we played that like shit. We played that horribly. Bad drop to bad everything. I don't know. I'd like to come up with an excuse for that. I think... What can we draft? Well, I dropped just like, fuck, because like TABG's physics are horrible. Well, no, they were just really good. Trust me, I know their outfit. It looks really good, guys. That's definitely not free to play. If you're wondering why I have something against free to play, it means that they spent less time on the game. They didn't buy it like some of us did, or they didn't play from that point in the game. Anyway, in short, it means they're very new. They're very new. Especially because you get like a few things like from the battle pass. By the way, a lot of people have been streaming TABG recently. It's been great, man. Actually fucking great. I have been loving it. You know, I don't have much time to watch streams anymore, but every breath of life people take into this game, it's very nice. I hope I can teach people how to play the game better. Not like today I'm playing well, but I like to think that I can be an asshole of a teacher, which some people might find helpful. Maybe. No, guys, you like when your teacher screams at you, right? That's fun. What the fuck I got right? Ah, dude, this administration. This fucking administration. Holy incompetence, but it's what people voted for. It was the popular vote for once this time. The actual popular vote voted for this. Don't know why. Don't know why people thought he'd help the economy. I don't know how a man who bankrupts a casino can do well for the economy. Run it like a business, like one of the ones he ran into the fucking ground? Okay, fine, maybe. I don't know, I just think it's not a good thing to vote in someone who is liable for rape, sued over racism at his corporation, also known for being in the Epstein files, cheated on his wife 3 times. I don't know. Man, I just don't get it. I just don't... Maybe some of us believe he's a true American, but I for one, I don't know. I'm all for rights for everyone, but maybe we can get rid of that for people who are pedophiles. You know, these are the same people who put on the back of their car, "Shoot your local pedophile." They have those little cool bumper stickers. I mean, that's fine, but like, you voted for one, didn't you? I don't know about you. I just think it's a pretty bad look. No, I make exceptions. No, dude, he's really good for the, like, economy. Oh, yeah? Like Hitler was? You know, I heard Hitler was good for the economy. Was he? No, but, like, I hear it, so it, like, must be true. You know, I'm the party of the person who thinks for themselves, so I'm gonna tell you everything that was thought for me. What do you mean? Shut up, liberal. Fucking libtard. What follows next is 3 hours of various slurs. Punctuated by actual words between them. But mostly slurs. Check out this cool one. It's like a magician pulling something out of their, like, out of their fucking repertoire. Check out this cool new slur I learned. It's how you refer to... I see that was a compensator there. It was not a compensator. What are you, one of them Novo Riche fuckers? Ow. Ow. I love getting MG42'd. Do I have healing? Why am I fighting you? Oh, yeah, I should have known that. He is East Asian. So I don't know if I killed them. I don't think I did. Oh no, I might have killed them. They might have been a duo. So there's a small chance that that guy I killed is invincible now. Because he just died to someone who was no longer in the lobby. If you're wondering, yes, I did trade with him, but because of the whole high ping thing and him possibly being the last person in his team, that might have not panned out. Anyway, very fun shit. Thank you, TABG. No, we don't believe in it connecting right now? I saw someone, that's why I didn't want to connect. It didn't exist anymore. I don't know, I found politics very frustrating. Very frustrating. You know, I know I'm, anyway. But yeah, I've been stressed. It's hard to kind of find people to talk to. You know, I never found much help in a therapist. I really didn't. And so it's very insulting to me whenever I hear that, you know, I've been going through this for all my life, but it's probably just a magnesium deficiency. Have you tried talking, like, about getting Adderall? Have you ever considered that your depression might just be because of ADHD? Are you kidding? Like, regardless of whether or not it is, for someone who will scold me about something I already fucking know, talking about, oh, well, the way you talk to people who are losing someone close to them, not how you should talk to, like, people as you think, you know, and it's like, I know this. I think about this sort of thing. I think about this. Anyway. And so I hear that, oh yeah, all your years of suffering, it's probably just been because of a magnesium deficiency. Like, I know, we are nothing but bags of chemicals. We are nothing but chemicals. There's nothing more to us than chemicals. If you believe in a religion, that's great, I do as well. I would like to believe that I'm more than a bag of chemicals, but in this physical world, I am a bag of chemicals. A bag of chemicals that seeks, because of natural, or because of evolution, because of natural selection, that seeks to replicate itself. A bag of chemicals that seeks to give itself more chemicals that'll allow it to keep running. Why does it do that? Because the ones that didn't exist. They stopped existing. They died. And so I know that's what I am. But if I've been going through this shit for like 5 years, could you maybe not tell me that like all of my struggles are because of one chemical? Could you maybe not? Like, you know, I tried taking Adderall. I tried. Did it do much for me? Did I take a high dosage? No, I really didn't. But did it do anything for me? No. Double the dosage, did it do anything for me? Well, I mean, I stopped eating as much. Okay, well, what about Vyvanse? I took Vyvanse. Okay, double the dosage, did it do anything? No. Not a single fucking thing. Not one. It just made me thirsty. Made me lose weight. That was it. And so this whole scare has been because of, you know, caffeine. Does caffeine do anything for me at all? No. I've been drinking inordinate amounts of caffeine since I was a fucking... since I was a fetus. I've been drinking a shit ton of caffeine every day of my life. So does it do anything for me? No. Do I feel anything from caffeine? No. Do I have horrible withdrawal? Not really. I have a bit of withdrawal. It's not, like, genuinely horrible. You know, I've overdosed on caffeine a few times. It's a pounding headache you don't forget. It's why I have water right here. By the way, I didn't mention it. I currently have tea, coffee, oatmeal, which I have barely touched, water, and soda. Caffeine-free diet soda at my desk. And so I have the water. Why? So I don't fucking die. I'd like to not die. Well, you're depressed, so like, you know, have you ever tried smiling? Have you considered just smiling, man? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut your stupid whore mouth! But yeah, to be told this, like, oh, you know, I've tried my Adderall, I've done all of it, it didn't do anything. What's the point of hurting my heart, reducing my lifespan, and not even getting any enjoyment out of it, not getting anything out of it? I didn't feel a fucking thing. That shit's frustrating. Why would I want to take more? And so I could, you know, I was, my brother, he was talking about how he had a chemical or a drug that worked pretty well with him. He was talking about how, he saw hallucinations for like 2 days, and then it was like perfectly good. I hear about my brother's experience with it. He almost fucking killed himself. He was talking about how, or my sister-in-law, was talking about how he comes to her and says, hey, if you let me go into that bathroom, I'm not coming out. I'm gonna find some way to kill myself if I go in there. Or thinking very heavily about just entirely swerving off the road and killing himself. And I don't know about you, but I don't, by the way, those are two pretty good tryhards. I don't know about you. I don't have a net of people around me that, like, would actually stop me from doing something like that. Like, they do care about me. They do. But, like, I'm a recluse. At the end of the day, if I had decided I wanted to do that, it would have happened. It would happen. There is no one in my way to stop me. And so, if I am on a chemical that makes me do that, what's my recourse? There's none. There's absolutely none. So let's, like, not... let's not tempt fate, you know? You know, I... It's part of why I'm worried about drinking alcohol. What would I say? Would I just say a shit ton of slurs again? Would I be a good person? I don't know if I want to find out. I don't know if I want to find out. You know, I don't know. It's very worrying. Oh, it's EXC Jack again. I'm doing my best to not say the obvious copy pasta. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Let me pull up my Apple Translate. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say the racist thing. I apologize in advance. 小小好上过，想想我有比起你。小小红or 小小好上过，想想我有比起你。I think that's how you say that. I don't know. I'm not very good with other languages if it's not obvious. I can't say I know how to speak them very well. I have a lot of respect for some of these motherfuckers. They go to such efforts to, like, even communicate, even when their government doesn't want them to. I like it a lot. I wish Americans had as much of a backbone. You know, I remember for the longest time we'd hear about shit like, if the government came to my doorstep, I'd do X, Y, and Z. The government comes to their doorstep. Oh, please tread all over me. Please, God. You want to hop in my lifted truck, too? Maybe have sex with my wife? I like the military. I love the military. Why do I love the military? I heard that the military does good things for us. I'm such an idiot. I'm such a fucking idiot. How long was he standing there? How long was he there for? Was he just standing there waiting for me to, like, fight? What happened? If you're wondering why my name is not currently Dual Red Helicopter, that's why. That's why my name isn't Dual. Because I do stupid shit like that, and I you know, I'd like to... I'd like to not be, associated with that. What a fucking idiot. I didn't even look behind me. My eyes were on the prize, and there was a guy staring at my prize, man. What the flip? Frick, man. But yeah, I find it funny. For the party that cared so much about the Constitution, that cared about the Bill of Rights and states' rights, they sure as hell don't care now. It's almost like all the thinking was being done for them. That's crazy. So you're saying they support a pedophile? Why? Oh, it's because they don't have a backbone. So they don't actually think for themselves. But, like, they're the party of thinking for themselves, so, like, surely they do, right, guys? Like, I hear that we are. We probably are. Now, please, Nick Fuentes, tell me the next racist bullshit I should go parrot to my friends. Dude, like, we've never tried a Nick Fuentes-style dictatorship. Have you, like, I think the closest thing would be, like, Franco is Spain. Like, Franco is Spain was, like, close to, like, Nick Fuentes wanted. What the fuck are you talking about? You listen to some fucking teenage incel about your political opinions? Hi guys, Joe out of helicopter here. Today we're gonna be talking about I just think I think it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke, but people aren't taking it like a joke. They actually believe that shit. Why? Why do you believe that, man? Did you forget, like, the whole idea of America is, like, supporting those around you? So it's pretty communist. You're not gonna believe this. civilization works on people supporting each other. Just grab yourself up by your bootstraps, go down there, work your ass for $8 an hour, because if it was any higher, we'd have prices like California. How do I know that? I fucking don't. I just heard that I know that. California has a $15 minimum wage. That's why its prices are so high. That's why they can't get a house. Damn, cousin. I know about you. You can't see me. I'm making the fuck face. Oh, what's going on with you, man? You feel out? Bang! But yeah, I used to believe myself to be like multiple personalities. And like, am I? No, not at all. But it's what I believe because, you know, my emotions, they're very strong and they very much so decide what I do. And, you know, I'm a very emotional person. Oh, it's VR! No, wait, why didn't I pick that up? My game almost just crashed. Why are we doing that, man? Okay, I'm gonna go have to die inside of a container. Come on. Yep. But yeah, I have very, like, I remember back whenever I was, you know, still in school. Feels actually, like, pretty close. It's weird to think that I've been in college for years now. I don't know, I just felt like I was multiple people. And, like, you'll hear it. Like, in that last video I made. The reason why I believed it is because whenever I'm, like, very low energy, I talk a different way. I use different words. That... I don't assume that's a hacker, but I assume that's just someone who's firing a sawed-off like it's a fucking AK because they have an AK out. I mean, either way, I'm not fighting them. Because, for me, they're going to be moving around like a motherfucker. Although they won't be for themselves, and they'll be doing AK damage. For me, they will be moving around as if they are using a sawed-off. And then the game will continually clip them back into place, because it's like, oh, wait, actually, they're here. Okay, now keep sawed-off. But yeah. You'll hear the way I speak, it's very different. And if I hang around, like, you know, I have what I would have called back then a social personality. Where what I'm showing to the outside is not what I, like, actually believe. And so I'm, like, gonna be, like, all of this, like, really, boisterous laughing. Like, ha 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 ha, that was really funny, man. And then I'll just, like, look the other way and I'll be like, I feel fucking disgusted. I feel horrible. And that's what that was. Wait, I know how to do this. We eat the shotgun. That shit's gone now. It's not gone. If they kill me, they'll get it back. But I don't want anyone picking that shit up. In fact, I don't want them also picking up that taser ammo. If you're wondering, that's part of what it is. He's definitely not shooting a missile launcher. But my game thinks that he was. And so... it's doing the damage that the explosions do, because that's client side, and then he's doing the damage that he is actually doing. Did he teleport? Are you just, like, hacking? No, your ping is just, like, the worst shit seen in eons. No, you are just hacking. Okay. Hey, man, I'll talk to you later. Oh, wait, no! No, okay, so you are just hacking. Yeah, I would need a crossbow to fix that. Now, I know I've had the game open for an hour. But, let's see if the custom server gets past it. No, it's okay, we'll just keep it in Connect. This is sure to work. Nope. It's not. Maybe reloading menu does anything. I don't think it does. Give me a moment. But yeah, I find all of it it was a weird thing back then. I would be so fucking angry sometimes and so insanely livid, and then the next day or the next time I'd be, very consciously faking a social personality. Because as I said, I'm a recluse. The way you're hearing me talk right now, that's how I talk to myself. I'm a very I try to restrain myself a bit. But if I'm, if I do the whole, I don't know. It's not like it's not me. It's not like it's not my personality. It just feels fake. It feels wrong. And there are times when I get insanely fucking angry. And there's like no like way I have to like not get like to actually get around that. We're gonna mash connect. I saw it work for someone. It's probably not gonna work. We feel like doing it right now? Hmm? No? It's okay. If I hit shooting range, it'll connect me right then. Really? Thank you, TABG. You want me to cheat? I understand. I respect it. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll just queue in via flag. We'll see. I don't get it. Oh, you want to give me a token error? You see how it says found match 4 seconds in the top left? That's a fake found match. It's going to give me a token error. I don't know why TABG does this. I really don't. Maybe it's a bad server. Maybe it's... I don't know. But yeah, I've been very... It's been weird trying to deal with those emotions. I was talking to my sister-in-law about it. She was talking about how she how the no, we don't feel like it today. Don't worry about it, brother. You're fine. No, you don't have to connect to do anything like at all. It's like not required or anything. But how she has these intrusive thoughts and they tell her to do like bad things, and it's like I would never do those things, but I'm having these thoughts and they're fucking disgusting. And it's like, yeah, same here. I remember how disgusted I felt. There was a time in my Spanish class where my teacher put her hand down on my desk, and I was in a horrible fucking mood. And part of me just said to just punch the shit out of her hand. And it's like, no, 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 I would never do that. Why are you saying to do that? But it's still saying to do that. I do my best to not do any violent actions, but that's part of why I'd be scared to ever drink alcohol. It's like, would I have as much agency over myself? Would I? I don't think I would. And so I don't want to fuck with it. The thought alone, from the thought alone makes me insanely uncomfortable. Are you going to let me connect to solos? Is that what you'd want me to do? Do you want me to play solos game? No. You just don't want me to play at all. Found match, 6 seconds. Surely it's a real found match. We'll reload menu. We'll see if shooting range will, Good. It's not doing it. I'll try again here in a bit. I've just been very... I don't know. Nowadays, I realize that that's... it's all part of me. These are no separate emotions. They are no separate personalities. This is just me. It's just kind of been hard to cope with that fact. No? Oh my god, look at that aim. Look at that fucking aim. It's horrible. No, dude, it's actually really good. No, it's not. That right there, that's the vector doing that. Look at the vector doing work. If you're wondering why I ADS it, this is what it looks like when I ADS. You'll see all of them going around there. That's what it looks like when I don't ADS. It's slightly more accurate when I do. But I don't know, man. I've handled these emotions already. I've been going through them for the longest fucking time. It's just kind of been... it's been very weird. I can't say I enjoy the whole forcing a laugh thing. It's not like a fun thing. That's not like who I am, but I don't know. It's just, at the very least, I'll pretend, I'll get rid of my own responsibility for it. It's just what I've been trained to do. That's just what I've learned to do. I was talking with her about my own religion, and she thought Okay, let me say this. I've gone to, I think, 4 churches in my life. Now you'll let me join? 4 churches. I don't remember the first 2 because they were like one week after the other, different churches. Back when my mother wanted to see if we would be religious, we were not. Kind of seemed like a chore because we were raised to believe in God, but we never touched a Bible. And so recently I went to a Lutheran church, and I'll talk about my experience with that in a bit. I think I talked about that last time. I did. But this is about the argument now. Then I went to a Catholic church, and it was like way too large and like an insanely impersonal experience. I did not care for it. But the Lutherans, they believe that no matter what you do, no matter what sin you do, if you, at the end of the day, are a true Christian, you will still be absolved of your sins. And so the pastor, he had brought up Nazis. And while he was talking about the Nuremberg trials, and while I agree that if you are a true Christian, you might go to heaven. The problem with that is that we are saying if. Why are we implying that a Nazi like those on the Nuremberg trials could, by the way, that's another good player, QQ or QWQ. Why are we implying that they could have been true Christians? There's not a good bone in their fucking bodies. But I still wanted to go to that church because I wanted to experience it. I don't have time to read the entire Bible. But if I wanted to really figure out my religion, it wouldn't be that simple. The Bible's a curated experience. I'd have to read the Quran, I'd have to read the Torah, I'd have to read the Bible. I'd have to go and find fucking Dead Sea Scrolls of the Bible, because they didn't include the entire Bible in the Bible. It's actually just part of it. Ah. Oh, is that the guy who's cheating? Yeah, I can feel the entire game lagging. It's just him cheating. Okay, I can't say I care for that. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to find a flintlock. If you're wondering why I'm not reporting him, I'm wondering if this is the same guy from last time. I don't know why people hack. I just like this in this game as well. Like, fun's not illegal. It's not illegal. I hate that I have to do that. But no, we're not playing well if it's not obvious. Ow. No, we're still not playing well if it's not obvious. I prefer to hit my shots sometimes, but today's just not one of those days. Today I've decided to not hit anything at all. Cardio would likely... Oh, actually, I don't need the weapon mastery. I think we should likely get rid of the... whatchamacallit? Cross, or well, the taser at least, but I don't think we're going to be hitting shots with a crossbow. We might need a musket. What is that, Kanan? Oh. Crossbow check. If you're wondering why I call it a crossbow check, it's because I actually would not typically hit that shot. I just checked if today would be the day. God. But yeah, because of the whole hacker thing, he's continually telling the server that he's at 100 HP. But if I tell the server that he's at 0% HP, the server just says he's dead before he can reply anymore. That's part of why you have to run a crossbow to kill a cheater. Unless they have more than the amount of damage it would take, or unless they have more damage than that. If they have more HP than that, then you're just fucked. But it does like 250 damage. It's gonna be hard for them to get there, unless he's just spawning shit in. What a dork, though. Okay, so he's just, like, teleporting and shit. Okay. At least he sucks at the game. At least he sucks at the game. Is that him? We're gonna have the fun... Ooh, actually. We need a 4x scope. Lit beats will allow us to attack cross-map with the musket. And if my game says he's somewhere and I hit him with it, he is just dead. That'll be worthwhile. Let's see. I don't get why people cheat in this game. Like, I know I keep talking about it, but, like, fun is not illegal. Contrary to the current administration, having fun is not illegal. Just kidding, that's actually not contrary. Panda, some guy talking about how... Who was it? I forget. Partying with Mr. Epstein isn't illegal? Brother, what are you talking about? They were doing a whole hell of a lot more than partying. Ow. Leapy tits. I need a shield grenade because I don't think he is lag switching, so a shield grenade will allow me to not get hit by him. But if he is lag switching, then I'm just dead. I need a 4x scope. I don't know if that guy had one, but I need one. Because I'm not doing well with an 8x scope. Let's see it. But yeah, these videos, they've been very much more focused on gameplay than the mental health recently. Because, I got a lot of shit off my chest already. It's not as ever present in my mind. I'm not as stressed now. But the more stressed I get, the more my entire mind is flooded with that shit. It's not a fun experience. I would rate it a 3 out of 10. I'd say it's kind of a character building experience. Not a fun one, though. Could we please add some oatmeal? I have oatmeal right here. It's pretty flavorless. Has cinnamon, clover, sugar. I put bananas in there, and for some reason I threw cranberries in there. It looks how you think it would look. It looks like baby food. I guess that's not the most... By the way, I'm scared that card hit could have just done 1,000,000 damage to me. I don't know how that works, but I get the feeling that could be how that works. Anyway, we are still on the lookout for a 4x scope. Because I just cannot fucking use the 8x scope. I need to be able to move at all. But it looks like, I think Penile was right. Penile? Oh, Smoker killed the hacker. Okay. Does he even get to respawn? Probably not. It's a bit late in the game. He might get to. What a guy. That's weird. I'm an idiot. I was right-clicking the wrong thing on. Oh, God. But yeah, these have been becoming a little less about, like, more about the gameplay. That's why I wanted to make them public. I find that, I don't know, I play somewhat well during these, but just not today. I guess I just really wanted to talk about the whole, you know, I hadn't gotten it off my chest yet, that I can't talk to some of my family members, and it's not like that, like, actually matters, but I don't know, it's something present in my mind. It's not an enjoyable thing. Do we play like a rat? Oh, it's QWQ. I'm very happy I must get his teammate. I thought he looked good. I'm getting sniped from somewhere and I can't say I'm enjoying it. You have some good shit on you, brother. My entire room smells like coffee, and it is a welcome smell. Yep. Yep, we're definitely playing TABG. That's for sure. Smoker killed Hackerman. That guy, I guess he really didn't look very good. He must have been like a fresh install. Decided to install with hacks. I don't know why you would do that, but... You know, it's not illegal for your father to, like, have a good relationship with you. That's not, like... Controversial take, I know. But it's actually normal for your father to give a shit about you. Hey, Smoker. That's why we don't stand still. SSK. So much for having to carry that musket around, man. I just expected, like, to actually run into the hacker. I just expected anything at all. This guy was scary. Because QWQ is scary, and that guy... You know, I forgot who it was who I was playing with. But we were in a car. And for some reason, they stopped for directions by being the driver of the car and stopping in the middle of the road next to containers, or next to Circle Time. I was playing with, I think it was Tar who was the driver. I was playing with Schutz, and I am gonna get flamed for this because I forgot his fucking username, but the actual streamer, man. Tar was also, but Tar was driving. And he is, like, in the middle of the road and stops for directions. Stops all of us in the car. And all of us, both me, the streamer man, and Schutz, immediately felt the terror of, holy fucking shit, we're still, holy fucking shit, please stop, please move, please move, please move. Because it's, like, innate, like, I'm standing still, I'm going to fucking die. And we didn't get shot, but, like, I say this because it's surprising that that guy just stopped in the middle of the road. Like, in the middle of it. You know, I'm not that good at the game, but if I'm worse, especially, the chance of me, like, accidentally hitting a good shot is higher. Now I'm better, meaning that my shots are purposeful, meaning they miss more. Because I'm actually hitting where I'm intending to, and where I'm intending to hit is not the right place. But he fucking... He just stood, like, there in the middle of the road, like, hey, man, did your friend not tell you that I've been trying to musket him? Oh, God, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. You know, I'm sure there are some intelligent Republicans, but I feel like most of them are pretty fucking stupid, especially where I live, because the Republicans are typically the uneducated ones. That said, I've met an establishment Democrat. I've talked about this. She just didn't know why she hated Republicans. She just hated them because she was told to. And it's like, you know, what's an established Democrat versus what a Republican is? They're the exact same fucking thing. They might believe they're different, but they fight for the exact same shit. They're the same fucking people. You know, do I actually care for real Democrats? Like regular Democrats? They're definitely not as hardline as I'd like them to be, but I think it's good. It's good to have a party that gives a shit about people. At least tries to give a shit. Gives a shit until the corporation pays them not to. No, dude, what if, like, corporations were, like... I don't think... Yeah, no, this is actual fascism. What if, like, corporations, like, were, like, blended with our government, and, like, the corporations did all the all the procedures? Oh, like what Benito Mussolini said. Yeah, Benito Mussolini... Who? Who's that? Never heard of him in my life. 225. Oh, it's 225. I don't have ammo to feel comfortable, but if we have 225 to fight, I want to make a good impression. I said that that guy's tier list was bullshit. It sucked. Because it sucked. You don't have to pull out an MG42, brother. I know I didn't play that the best, and I know I played like an absolute rat, but we don't have to like MG42. I must have been hacking, though. I don't know what he's like. It's just his Discord server was such a fucking hot mess. That actually got him. You see what I mean, though? These gameplays... I'm gonna die whenever I fight this guy, because he's probably gonna throw a splinter grenade in. But these gameplays, they're... Well, I wasn't expecting 2 people. Oh, the hacker's in this lobby again. How fun. They are auto-teamed. If you're wondering, that's how Saltig plays. He just goes through windows all the time. And his aim's good, but like... the one time I had an actual fight with him, I believe he killed me. Yeah, no, I downed Jurassic to some stupid bullshit. I definitely not good. Not like a fun fight. But I was fighting Saltig, and he did that. He did exactly what I just did there, where he's just going in and out of windows. And it's like, you can expect him to do that, but it doesn't make it like any less of a good strategy. Even if I know he's gonna do that, I don't know which exact window he's gonna go through. You have a curse of gravity? That's just a man fucking staring at me. Can we not? Oh. Time to stand still. Stand still and shoot back. Dual rotor tip number 8. We're gonna stand still. Hello. I don't know why you came back. I looted your body. That guy actually did a pretty good job of juking. That guy's... Do you think he's still in that window? I hear someone, like, very close to me. I wish I had good grenades for lobbing. We have a flintlock. It's probably not going to be enough to kill Hacker Man. But it might be. Oh, Sleepy Titch just killed himself, and then some guy fired a sniper. Oh. No, he's more blatant this time, because he actually died. Fun to have her. No, it's okay. We'll quit out of that lobby. I don't typically like to quit out, but if he's gonna be that blatant, I get it. I can't say I enjoy it, but I get it. Oh, no, we don't feel like connecting? You want to connect me to the Hackerman lobby, I see. It actually just started. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't have my camera plugged in. If I did, let's see. Hold up. Hold up. No, no, you're not gonna... Can I refresh it? How do I refresh something? Let's see. Because I always have to restart my my fucking recording every time I want to refresh. Is there a way? I'd assume there's a way. No? We don't feel like it today? Don't worry about it, brother. It's fine. It's perfectly good. But, like, seriously, though, is there a way to, like, refresh it? No? Okay. I understand. I wanted to point at the camera and say, fuck you if you're wondering. No, we don't feel like it. Okay. Well, I guess we're mostly done talking about the bullshit we wanted to. It's just I would prefer if it didn't end with a matchmaking task fault. Fucking hell, I can't say it even then. I don't know. It's politics. You get what I'd like to be a politician. Oh, look at how far off that one was. Quick shot. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Oh. Where the fuck did that hit? Are you kidding me? Okay, hold up. Oh, come on. We can do that. Come on, we can do that. Come on, we're close. Ah, fuck. I watched a Gaming with T video, the most recent one he put out about TABG, and that was a really good shot. It wasn't actually like a real... and he plays, like, really well. I didn't give him enough credit for all of the crossbow compilations he hits, but come on, man, we can do it. Bang! Oh, come on. Oh, it wasn't even close. Ooh, oh, that was a lot. I did not think that's where I thought it was. Oh, fuck you. Bang! Oh, look at that leg shot. The dual rhetoric quick shot. Did you know that if you scope in, you can see really quickly? It's not actually necessary in TABG. You don't have to do that. Your first shot is always perfectly accurate. That's to say, this is hitting exactly where the gun is. Whether I ADS or not, it's the same shit. Unless it's a shotgun. Even if you have a curse of inaccuracy, it's always perfectly accurate, your first shot. So you don't need to do the quick scope thing. But yeah, I don't know. I've definitely been less emotional, but I've been thinking a lot. I've been doing a lot of shit trying to... I don't know. Oh, come on. That hit? That shouldn't have hit. Bang! Okay, well, that's embarrassing. Can we join a server now? Do we want to let that happen? Ooh, we do. Are we going to have the hacker in this lobby too? Probably. We don't believe in fun here. No. It's okay. Fun for dorks. I don't know. I having as much experience as I do on the game, I think back then a hacker would have annoyed me a lot more. Nowadays, it's just kind of like funny. It's funny as shit to see someone who is horrendously overpowered. Someone who is horrendously just like, you know, speed hacks, teleporting, infinite ammo, one-shot kills, all of that. And then you can still see, like, past that, wow, this person fucking sucks at the game. They actually blow. Like, even with all the hacks, they're still just, like, not invincible. They still suck dick. I have to imagine someone like that is just not... It's not illegal. It's not illegal to have a good relationship with your parents. I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. Dude, some of the friends I grew up alongside, they turned out to be Republicans, and I don't know. I mean, I know exactly how. Drugs and a poor education is how. But actually, just a poor education. Let's not chalk it up to drugs. I have my own things against drugs, but drugs couldn't have made what those people became. But it's like, hey, do you not have, like, eyes that you can open? Open your eyes, Republican. You'll see that your conservative overlords hate you. No, they love me. My conservative overlords fucking love me. They love all Americans. Even the Mexicans. Unless they don't love the Mexicans. I don't feel comfortable going into neighborhoods. I just don't feel comfortable going around any of those roving gangs of bandits. Sir, those are just brown people. Oh my god, please don't remind me. I don't get it. My own aunt, she'll work happily for $8.50 an hour. And she's been working in that position for decades. She don't even own her house. And she still goes out there. She still gambles. She still drinks her liver just fucking gone. And she'll still vote Republican. Like, why? Like, they haven't helped you thus far, have they? Like, could free healthcare work? It does. It does work. Could it work with how much debt we are currently in? Not if the billionaires don't pay their fucking taxes, it won't. Not if we still pay multiple times the price to these companies like Johnson & Johnson. You know, could public, like, education work? Yeah, it fucking could. One of the best things I heard, it's Kanan and Sam the dog. Let me ask them, I gotta find out. Are you gonna say a slur, Kanan? Hate. I have heard as much. Why does he hate him? I heard they were continually saying incredibly, like, just disgusting shit to him. But why? Why though? Like, why do we dislike him? I don't I don't see a fucking reason. I'm sorry. That's my liberal speaking. I should just hate those around me. No, dude, I want low taxes and I want, like, more freedoms. And then I want more freedoms by removing my own freedoms. No, dude. 10th Amendment all the way. States' rights. Except if the state wants to decide if they enjoy abortion or not. You know, that thing. That state right. You know, that allows women to not give birth to dying children. And to not allow women to die giving birth to children. Shut up, liberal. I assume this is Kanan. Given that I hear him sawed-offing. Yeah, I almost just lost with a fucking minigun. And he quit the game, are you kidding? Brother, I fucking threw and he still quit? That's the guy who was standing still in the corner. Just shoot, like, who fucking beamed me? Not actually beamed. If it was beamed, I'd be a little more positive. Fooled! Fooled is the one! That's the guy who streamed it. I just saw him launch the game now. I'm sorry, Fooled. I forgot your name for a bit there. Ugh. You know, it's weird playing with streamers like that. He's a, like, cool-ass guy. Really cool guy. But, like, I'm not the star of the show. But when I talk to people, I talk like you're hearing me talk now. It's a if no one interrupts me, it's an endless stream. You're gonna keep hearing me talk. But I can't do that with the streamer, so I just sit there awkward, like my hands under my ass, like, oh. Yeah, no, I actually, if you're wondering, it's bugged. And then they talk about something. I'm not gonna tell them about that. They don't have to hear about that. They don't have to hear about the intricate... They don't know I play TABG. Man standing in corner of party. Or is it woman? I don't remember. Dude, This is some more mental health TABG. I guess this is like actually just TABG gameplay. There's not much mental health talked about here. I don't think I've talked about anything too. No, I have. I've talked about suicide. This will still be 18 plus. I. Oh, that's really funny. I'm not using that yet, but that would be really funny. Wait. Game. Oh, it's just a regular periscope? I thought it was a barrel. That would be really funny if we were observing, but okay, someone looted this. If you're wondering, this is why I dislike big power as a drop. Part of why. Also because I hate fighting at big power. Oh, oh, oh no! We've been hit! Quick, flee! Are you? Okay. Yeah, I got fucked. I didn't see them. I also didn't see the guy up there. I was too busy being a fucking idiot. I also... No, dude. They just didn't like me having fun. I didn't play like shit. They just hate me having fun. God. Why do they dislike Turd Strider? And why are they such assholes? Why has Kanan not added me back on Steam so I can find out how much of an asshole he actually is? Because I don't remember Sam the dog being an asshole. But I hear asshole adjacent things about Kanan. No, definitely not asshole adjacent. Firmly within asshole. We're landing the bee eater spot. We actually looted that in time. You know, this is one of those things where cultures spread to each other. Bee eater spreaded his culture. Sprode. He sprode his culture of me landing right there. And I spread my culture of not playing like shit. Bee eater catching yet another stray. What a shame. Better luck next time. Yuck, yuck. God. Oh, I must just be hearing things. I need to piss. I've had to piss for like the last 40 minutes. Yep, that's accurate. For the last 40 minutes, I've had to piss. This will be my last game as a result. Don't worry. I surely would not die to... I'd like to, but I'd like to try hard in the Kanan fight. Every time I fight Kanan, it's always some bullshit. Always some bullshit. Either I Giga Throw or he just third parties the shit out of me. I'd like to do funny thing, but I haven't gotten the opportunity. Like, I don't think he's a better player than me. I never would think that. Too narcissistic. But he is a hard fight, and he's annoying to fight. That's not my fault, guys. I'm really good at the game, trust. My favorite gun in the game? Arnold. You know, if you double wield the Arnold, it's actually really good. I keep getting major lag spikes, and I don't think the hacker is in this lobby, but that's the type of shit you get whenever there is a hack. The server's dying. The server is dying. Oh, it's back. Yeah, very weird. Christ. If you're wondering why I'm jumping so much, it is slower to move this way, but I also don't want to die. Yeah? Bad ping in an M14. I'm sorry to play like a rat skeleton. I apologize to play like a rat. Also, I'm about to get pushed because, as I said, Kanan's a third-party sort of man. He's a third-partying sort of guy. Can't say it's fun to live that way. But that doth be the way he lives. Bang! I thought he had a lot of good shit. I hear someone pushing me, and I want to loot. I keep trying to loot that. It just doesn't want to pick up. Are you duping the fucking orbital? If you're wondering. I forgot that I had a sawed, or I didn't have a sawed off in that slot. Okay. I understand. I get it, we're playing like bitches today. I assume he's duping the orbital. Given the way he was standing still, I assume he's duping it. But he also was just standing still to snipe me. Why are we doing that? I gotta add them on Steam so I can... That skeleton guy. I did not hate that fight with him. He seemed like a good player. Okay. That was it. Was all. I know it kind of devolved to just playing actual TABG at the end there. You know, I never mean any of these things as a cry to help, obviously. I don't, you know, I said in the last one, I'll say it again. I've been handling these problems for a long fucking time. And I will continue to do so. I'm not going to crack tomorrow. You'll definitely see it a lot more before then. But, I don't know. Shit gets stressful. By the way. I'm fucking burping. I'm gonna go take my piss. I'm gonna go add these people. But until then, was nice talking to y'all. If you're wondering who I'm stealing that impression from, it's Skeleton Honey's impression of the Lash. Hey guys. That's who that's from. Anyways, bye-bye. It was good. See y'all later. Maybe next one won't be a mental health thing. Bye-bye.